Yo, this is Frobomb. I've got my quiet nighttime NPR radio voice on, which is a little bit of a shame because we're talking about a pretty hype, pretty loud, brash, fun STG called Vastynex. And this is a Dojin STG by Zakichi, who's pretty beloved and well known, at least in the scene. This one is a Thunder Force 4 like. It has very similar weapons and weapon switching to that game, and of course a similar look to the ship. I will disclaim this video by saying I haven't played all of the Thunder Force games. I've played 1, 2, 3, and 4. I've never played 5, which this apparently borrows some scoring tricks, or scoring mechanics from. And I also haven't played any of Zakichi's other games, so I won't be like comparing his stuff. I'll just be talking about this one on its own merits. And lastly, there's a ton of different references to other games in this one, so I'll call them out as I see them, but I'm gonna miss some undoubtedly because I haven't played the entirety of the Shmup catalog, so forgive me there. But yeah, we've already got some Gradius references, and there's the like blast off that Thunder Force 4 has, which is so cool. Um, the scoring system in this game is you kill enemies quickly, and that's about it. These big enemies have that little target on them that shrinks as you hit it, and you can get a max of 32 times their score value. And the other enemies are just one-shotters, and they can basically be up to 8 times the value. So yeah, already you're seeing that this is a fast-moving, kind of quick weapon switching kind of game. It's not like a thoughtful, slow-moving, hoary like R-Type or to a certain extent Darius. It's much more in the vein of Thunder Force, super fast and furious, and switching weapons is going to be like so crucial. And the one that I like to go for first, you get that wheel that lets you select them in a different order every time if you want, and upgrade them as well. The one I like to go for is Wave, because you see I gotta immediately start doing this. I'm gonna choose Blade here because that's the most powerful weapon, basically like the most shot damage that you can have in the game, I believe anyway. Anyway, I choose Wave first because right from the very start you get a lot of these obstacles that you have to shoot through, like in a Darius game. And Wave lets you shoot through walls. You can kind of like, it moves with your ship, so you can maneuver and kill big lines of like ground enemies or stuff like that. If you ever played a Darius game, you know what I'm talking about with the Wave shot. If you haven't, you'll see much more of that technique in this game. So I'll point it out when I see it. But yeah, just using Wave again to because Wave pierces, it pierces through enemies, which Blade does not. I'm taking out those giant clusters with Wave. I'm taking out the rear enemies with this rear shot. I don't know what it's called actually, so I'm just going to call it rear shot. And then I'm using Blade to take out the large enemies quickly for that, hopefully that times 32 bonus. This is not like an ideal scoring run by any means. It's okay. So yeah, don't take a ton of scoring strategies from this. It's mostly just like a comprehensive, like, decent run of the game. But it's a simple scoring system, so it's like you can see this and like know everything there is to know really. You gotta kill these bosses quickly. You can kill this guy before his second phase. You got times 32 there. Hit this guy from the rear, and I think I get another times 32. Let's see. I got hit. Nope, 28. Really, I think a lot of my missed score comes from not killing the bosses quickly. I think I do a pretty good job on the stages, but that's just a sloppy miss. Part of the reason you can play sloppily in this game, it's not a hard clear, is because you get a shield that gives you like at least 3 hits, maybe more, and they're handing them out to you like candy, at least until the end of the game. So there you go. That's stage 1. A little bit about the aesthetic of the game. I love it because it's like, to me, this just it oozes style without having like really a visual kind of like style. If you were to take a screenshot of it, you'd be like, okay, that's fine. Garega flamingos, cool. You'd be like, yeah, that's cool, pixel art, whatever. It's not that great, but when you see it in motion, like it's all about the animation and the level design in this game that oozes the style. It's not necessarily the pixel art. The pixel art is mundane. It's the way things move, the way things kind of pop up. The enemy formations themselves are well thought out and have style, I believe, personally. It's just a game that is clearly from just a longtime fan of the genre, and someone who just knows this stuff like in and out, like the back of his hand. Ooh, bad. Uh, Man, I really didn't play well these first few stages in this run. I'm just realizing now. So still using Wave to take out giant clusters, and then using Blade on bigger enemies to quick kill them. There you go, there's an example of the Wave being useful in an environmental context. You shoot past the rock through through all the enemies at once and kill them all in a line. And yeah, the other weapons are not super like worth talking about in depth. There's one weapon that I just find totally useless, that green circle. It's like a Darius missile weapon. Probably does have a use considering how many uses the other weapons have. I mean, I switched through all the other ones pretty consistently throughout the game, but that one I just didn't. I mean, maybe I didn't play long enough, or maybe it's like for score. Or I'm not exactly sure. I just got an extend, by the way. Extend it 20 million, is it, or what is that? 2 million. So here you go. With Wave, you can like destroy all these little things which would normally be launching missiles at you. I'm not very good at like keeping track of my weapons in this game, like whether they're upgraded or not. So you'll probably see me do some erroneous like picking up of duplicate weapons, powering them up needlessly, and like missing weapons that I don't have fully powered up. I just like did not enjoy paying attention to that, and I now see after reading like the maxed out weapons have this like tiny little red border around them that you can barely see, which I didn't know before I cleared the game. So that would have been good to know. So look for that if you're playing this game. If you got the tiny, barely perceptible red border around the weapon down there at the bottom of the screen, you can know it's maxed out, and you don't have to get it again. I think each weapon has like a 3 power kind of stair step. Okay, this guy's from R-Type, I think. I have not played R-Type. I just know it from its iconic screenshots and stuff, with his little tail there and everything. Decently easy boss. This attack, I don't think you can dodge it. I don't know how you dodge that one. I just take the hits with the shield. That thing just chases you down until it hits you, as far as I can see. I'm sure there's a way. I just never figured it out. Definitely played this game more to just clear it quickly as like a, I'm checking this off the list sort of play. I did really enjoy it. It's fun, but it's like not the most complex thing in the world. Not the thing I'm gonna come back to sink my teeth really deep into. But it's like great to open up and just like play for a few hours and get a clear of it. All right, times 20. That's not too bad on that guy. Once again, with the bosses, you can get up to times 32 on the speed, which requires memo, requires point blank with Blade. I'm sure. I wasn't willing to do it. Put the time into learning it. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this intro here. Oh, and all the music in this game owns. It's very, very good. Extremely, like, kind of orchestral rock vibes. Just a cool ass intro. Like, you didn't need to go that hard on that intro, but they did. Oof. Just not good. Not good play here. I don't know how I made this run work, because I don't think I got a ton more extends. I must have just stopped dying at some point. Okay, here's where you really need to do the Darius wave thing where you're like shooting through the wall and you're clearing out big lines of enemies that are all in a row. Because if you don't, man, they're gonna pile up on you. This weapon I haven't mentioned yet is called Hunter, and it's just a straight homing weapon, but it has very limited power, which I think is in line with Thunder Force 4. You know, it's very useful for like killing things that are not in your direct line of, you know, the direct line of your ship, but it's weak. So I tend not to use it that much. Alright, my rear shot is not upgraded here, which is problematic for killing these missiles, but did a decent job of it. Thunder Force is not my, like, it's not super my jam, I will say. I don't love, like, the weapon switching gameplay. I don't love the manual speed switching, like, that a lot of console shmups have. I respect it. I respect the hell out of Thunder Force 4 especially. I mean, it just looks and sounds amazing. It's by far, I mean, it's one of the best shooters on the Mega Drive for that alone. Like, even if I don't love the gameplay elements, just the way it looks and sounds is good enough. I mean, it's awesome, and you should play it. But in this game, I found the weapon switching to be, I don't know if it's more kind of intuitive which one you should be using at any given time, but I found it to be more enjoyable and less kind of finicky than Thunder Force 4. Not sure if I went back and played that game if I would feel differently, because it has been a minute. But yeah, I felt like this was a great, other than that one useless weapon that I never take out in the entirety of this run. I found this one to be very well designed in kind of the places that it makes you, or that it wants you to switch your weapons, and the ways you can creatively make use of them to speed kill things and all that stuff. Don't like this boss. Don't like this part of this boss especially. I think this is from something maybe I've played where you're in this like tight little corridor and going up and down, but I can't put my finger on what it is. It's a reference though. I'm almost positive. I'm sure lots of you watching will know it. So that part's done. And then the second phase of this one is, I don't remember what it's like. Oh yeah, this is all the frickin' classic shmup ships. So now you're fighting the Big Viper from Gradius. I use Hunter for all of these because you're just flying around the screen trying to dodge their stuff, and it's worth having the weak shot to make up for the fact that, yeah, you're just like rarely able to just sit right in line with the ship. Oh, this is the Silverhawk from Darius, and it has a very fun array of stuff it can pelt you with. It's gone too. And the last ship is the one from R-Type that I don't even know the name of because I don't know R-Type, but it's the hardest one. It stays behind you for a while and shoots these slow tracking lasers that you've got to dodge, and you've got environment stuff to deal with, so I just did a big fail there. Ooh. Okay, we lived to tell the tale, and now they got these iconic R-Type wave thingies. DNA helixes. I like this pattern, it's fun to dodge. And, just a messy play. Like, this was maybe my 5th time kind of playing this game, period. 4th, 5th, 6th, somewhere in there. So, certainly did not learn it as much as I could have. And really this commentary, I'm basically like, you know, as a meta kind of discussion for the channel, that's a Thunder Force 3 reference, I think, with a planet selection there. I think for the channel, I'm gonna start doing more commentaries than not. I just think it adds something to the clear that, you know, someone who's played this game, or who hasn't played this game but is interested in checking out, but maybe wants a little bit more detail. It just adds something, you know, like even if I didn't take a ton of time to learn the game, I'm gonna try and do my research so I'm not like misspeaking about anything. But yeah, even if I just clear a game after like 6 tries, I'm gonna like talk about my experience playing it. And if you don't want to listen to it, that's totally cool. If you want to just check the gameplay out, there will always be a link in the description to a commentary-less version of the video. But I just think it's worthwhile to add some value, since and not just another clear of a game that just for kind of proof that I did it. Oh, that's like a nice little scoring section right there. This whole level is great for scoring. There's a ton of little things that pile up, and you can just get ×8, a bajillion times. Utilize that wave to just mass kill giant clusters, and then swap to blade. Like, those balls are really, they break apart into a million pieces, and you can just get them all with wave. So this is where I'm like, I've lost complete track of what weapons I have maxed out. I'm just like making sure I have wave powered up is essentially what I'm doing, and blade when it's not wave. Still got a lot of environmental stuff to deal with in this game, which again is not my personal favorite thing, but I liked it in this one. Okay, Zakichi did not overdo the environmental BS. Oh, these things are great for score. These little, maybe Gradius references here, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Little sun jumping snake things. Tons of points if you wave these guys. I love this song. This is a cool one. Crazy synth metal. Alright. Kind of a more standard boss fight here, as opposed to, oh, this attack sucks. Be sure to, that's like a little memo dodge that you have to do. Fly over to all the way to the other side of the screen, hang out, and dodge the Taito lasers. This guy's a bit of a pain. Fires a fast kind of 3 waves there. He'll dive at you, micro dodge the little arrow bullets, and then you gotta, it's tricky. Then you dodge the slow moving smaller shots, then he'll do this crazy thing. Do a decent job of dodging this, and almost dead. An okay time, I think. Let's see. Yeah, 24. I mean, I'll take that. In the later bosses, you'll see it's like ×3. And here's the big Darius reference boss, the great thing, I believe it is. Oh, these lasers are a pain. I just get cooked by them every time. These ones I did okay. These sucky Taito ones, yeah. Those other ones, they shoot up and then they just do like a 90-degree change of direction, like right at you, or I don't know what it is. They get me every time. That's all I know. All right, that's it. When you see the portal, he's done. Not too tough a game. Not too tough a game at all. If you dug it, you could, like, I think I got something like 13 million, and the record on Zakichi's itch, like, you can open up a little JPEG of like the highest scores that they've recorded, and it's something like 21 million, I want to say. Hope I'm not wrong about that, but you can check out his itch for the high scores, and it's like they're not unobtainable at all. If you wanted to learn this game, you could probably get that world record. Oh, here we got the cubes from Gradius. Again, whenever you see giant clusters of enemies dying in ×8, You know, with ×8 multiplier, you're racking it up. Ooh, this is the kind of stuff I don't like. Don't like environmental shit where things appear behind me. Pain in the ass. So I kind of stay way left and cheat it and hit it with wave when it's still to the right of me. These things, they will fall on you, and you... Ugh, terrible. Bad job. I think I got it together here. Yeah. Oh, there's all the cubes. Whew. Find that gap in the wall that crashes down on you, and immediately stuff starts spawning behind you, and you gotta go to your rear shot. I think I finally got the shot that I didn't care about. That I didn't use it all just on principle. I was like, I thought I had everything maxed out, which it looks like I did. So I finally was just like, screw it, I'll get it. And just in case there's some bonus where like you have all the weapons at the end or something like that. Wave doesn't push those spikes up, so you kind of got to switch to another shot to like force them up to get through. Gotta switch. Yeah, gotta move backwards here. More environment. Fun. Ah! Bad. Stupid and bad. See, at this point, it's like I haven't really been here more than... Like, I haven't been this far in the game more than like 3 times. So you can really tell I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants. Alright. Oh yeah, I should have mentioned long ago that your options can cancel pink bullets, like I'm doing there. And the game does a nice job like giving you a pattern that makes you see that in the first stage. A nice little game design thing, which I appreciate. So yeah, you can use them, the little things that fly around you, to your advantage in that way. Alright. Most bosses, I just kind of hang out on wave, because they usually have some shit that, like, they're usually shooting bullets that blade can't pierce, and I like to focus on dodging and forget about aiming when I'm fighting a boss like this. So wave is where it's at. I mean, you know you're hitting, you know, as long as you're like in the general line of it. Now for speed killing, of course, it's not ideal, and that's where learning the bosses really well and learning how to utilize blade would of course like get you a lot more score. Hit. Shield's still up. This is cool. Like, you're like flying into the atmosphere as you're fighting this dude. Alright, shield's almost gone. It's red. Alright, shield's gone. You can see how many hits you can take in this game. It's pretty absurd. I mean, it is very generous. That was just in time. Okay, last stage, I think. Whoops, sorry. Bumped the microphone. Yeah, final stage. It's nice enough to tell you. That maybe is a Radiant Silvergun reference when you kind of go into the vector mode. Maybe there's another shooter that does that. Not much to say here. I'm just trying to like I'm I've probably only seen this one time. So I'm just watching like the first stages I knew better because I had played them 5, 6 times, and this I was just like, all right, what the hell is coming up next? Which is a fun way to play. It's always fun that first time you get to the last level or the last part of the game and you're like, oh man, what is in store for me? Was not sure if that would have that environment stuff would have killed me. Probably would have. Well, oh yeah, what are these feet, giant tentacle things? I mean, at this point in the run, I'm thinking, man, this isn't gonna be it. Like, I'm definitely gonna have to do this again. I am shocked that I clutched this out because I mean, you'll see in the final boss, it gets pretty dicey. I just thought innately to like go inside these circles, and that's the right move apparently. Although it did, you know, I did take a hit there. You get an extra bonus for no missing in a stage, or no hitting rather, like no damage taken. Just so you know. Just not sure what weapon to get. Just get wave again. It's always safe to just get wave again. Blah. Now I'm using the tiny little front shot to help me through these environmental things while killing the missiles behind me. Wasn't sure if that was the right move, but it worked. Alright. Alright, this just seems to be like, here, have some score at the end of the stage before the final boss. Nothing too crazy. These worms. I would imagine, I mean, I just gotta think wave is the best thing to deal with those with. Alright. Alright, got all my weapons powered up now, finally. Okay. 3 lives for this boss was just enough. Probably not enough. I did some miraculous nonsense at the end of this, just like crazy dodging. Nope. Nope. So at this point, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna see as much of this boss as I can, and then I'm dying, and I'm, you know, hitting reset. Did not think, you know, I for sure figured this boss had many phases, and it does. Had no idea what part of this sprite would kill me or not. Still don't really know. Oh yeah, there you go. Dead. No more shield. And oh, turns out the flame doesn't kill you. That was just a lucky guess. And yeah, I've got 2 lives. And have no idea how long this will last or what's coming next. ×3 sucky. I mean, that's terrible. I should have killed that guy way faster. If I had played it even one or two more times, I probably could have figured out a faster way to kill him. But sad to say, this game has no practice mode to speak of, so you're stuck doing full runs that I know of. I love the drama of this of this final boss. It's great, and how it just kind of like like all the pieces fly in and it screams before it starts shooting at you. Fun stuff. This is good. Really liked doing this fight for the first time. Oh, this pat. Okay, yeah, this. Okay, so those lasers take two of my lives away. Whoa. Until the third time, when I had no lives left, I finally figured out that, oh, you have to like move toward him and go to the bottom to dodge that. So it's like I thought that, you know, I was for sure that this was it, no clear. But then I was like, okay, I can dodge this. But going over here, finally learned that. And I just hung on him with blade, trying to kill him as quickly as possible. Against my principles, aforementioned principles of like not dealing with, you know, having wave, not blade, be my primary boss fighting shot. But I was just like, I have to kill this guy as fast as possible. So I was switching from blade to hunter. Oh my god. I think Escaluda reference here with the butterfly wings. S series in general, I guess. I mean, yeah, this is just... There we go. That was just very lucky and pretty decent dodging, reflex dodging, not anything else. Not learned anything. So yeah, Vastynex. Not a good run, but we'll take it. We'll take the clear. We played a fun game. Didn't have to grind. Didn't have to get frustrated. Sometimes that's what you need. All right. Thanks everybody.